And the Bitcoin Otter is back. Here I am in the Otter's lair. You can see the founding documents of our great country right behind me. Yes, very proud of those. Very proud of the fact that I was blessed to be here in the United States of America. Now, we're going out on Facebook. We're going out on YouTube. We're going out on KCYP, the City FM, on the air. Ladies and gents, this is a great day for many reasons, but it's a great day. I'm not going to take a lot of your time today. As you know, I'm in the comforts of my own home, enjoying a 6 o'clock cup of Joe. And I'm not with Joe today, but God bless him and his family. They're getting away a little bit, and hopefully they'll enjoy themselves at the island. That being said, I would like to tell you thank you for being here. I'm going to hook up to the feed here on the old Otter phone. Maybe I should get one of those things where, you know, when they call Batman, they call Otter. Hey, I need some Bitcoin, Otter. Need some Bitcoin. Okay, I'll be right there. You know, just to help you out, kind of thing. So let's see here. Get it on to the screen so we can get it. Here we are. Here we are. So I'm looking at the comments, and they will appear here. It says, okay, says we're live. Yeah, got a lot to talk about, but in a quick time. I know your time is valuable. I appreciate you being here. I want you to know that I try to choose things throughout the week, and then I email them to myself, and then in the show prep I put them together, and here at the house I can do it in a way that I can show you the photos and so forth. But the things we're going through in our time frame, our generation, if you will, are not unprecedented by any means. We can gain some insight by looking into history. We have to navigate around what it was we were taught history was, because the older I get, the more I realize that, as someone put it one time, can't remember who, but it wasn't me, it wasn't my idea, it's a very good one, so anyway, it wasn't my idea. They said that history is just a long string of lies. Recorded history, that is. So, you know, we really do have to navigate between... Oscar, glad to see you. Glad to see you, my friend. I was just saying, Oscar, that we have to navigate when we want to try and find out what's going in our crazy upside-down clown world that we live in. We sometimes need to navigate, and we need to navigate using history. But we have to be very selective about what it is we allow ourselves to have sway in our mind. So what I like to do is I like to take, yes, the preeminent historians of time and look at what they say about something, and look at, you know, the people that were in the era that you want to study, and then compare the contrast of opinion, perhaps, or the similarities and the things that really, you know, jive together to make the story, and then kind of use your head and say, well, you know, that sounds logical. But the more I study these things, and the more I study how, you know, people who want power, how they work, the more I see the stream, the similarities, and the patterns emerge throughout history, and our time is no different. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to get us off on some prices. Let's see. Here we go. We're off. So gold today is $1,946 for an ounce of that good stuff. Silver is $23.83. Good luck trying to get it for that price, though, because like I said before, and I've said many times, silver is manipulated. So is gold, but, you know. Bitcoin, $29,276 for one Bitcoin. Now, you don't have to buy one, everybody. You buy a little bit here, a little bit there. I can show you how. Don't worry about it. I'm going to put up my stuff. You'll be able to contact me whenever you want. The average mortgage rate, which they're going in the wrong way, ladies and gents. We all know this. The average 30-year rate locked in is 7.23%. It's been higher, ladies and gents, but not recently. The 15-year rate, which is usually a better deal, is somewhat at 6.56%. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy to buy right now. If you are in the market, we've got a lot of realtors that watch the show, that follow us on Facebook and so forth. So that will basically bring me into what I would like to do, which is the sponsorship campaign. Do you have a business? Do you have a service, or do you sell products, or both? We need to pay the bills like everybody else. So what we're doing is we're offering a package for businesses basically to sponsor us. KCYP, the city, 97.7 FM in McAllen, is a nonprofit organization. There's a tax break there for you, okay? So, yeah, some people will say, oh, because of Trump's tax cuts, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, it is deductible. And it will be a donation, okay? So that would be really cool if we could work together. So what I'll do for you is I'll send you one of these digital brochures. So basically, this is, and my sister did this. She's very good at it. If you're interested, she will help you, okay? So I have her doing my website, bitcoinotter.com, and I'm trying to get Joe, because she would do a great job on his also. So I'm trying to get him to get with Sue, my sister, and hopefully she can help him out too. But this is basically an explanation of our show. If you've watched the Bitcoin Otter show before, you know that I'm not going to be cussing. I'm not going to be doing those things. But I also will not be, what's the term? I don't have Joe here to help me. So the term would probably be normal? Maybe? I don't know. I'm not going to be the talking head that's going to say the things that bankers want to hear. I'm not going to be the guy that's going to say the things that politicians want to hear. So it may be offensive to some, not in a rude or garish way, but in a truthful way, because there are some people out there, and these are the people that I've been called to fight, that don't want you to know the truth. So part of my job is to expose the things that people are not paying attention to, because while they're true, they're being hidden to our detriment. So this first part here is just a basic, how the show is economically informative. I try to be that. Audience engagement. We've got people on live, and as we get bigger, we're gonna have more and more interaction with the people who want to know what the heck's going on, man. So here at Bitcoin Otter, we are also nonprofit, but what you would be doing is partnering with 97.7 FM. So the second page here of the sponsorship brochure that I'll send you, if you're interested, is basically how we can collaborate with, as a couple members of the freedom community. I mean, we stand for freedom. We believe in freedom, right? So what you will get and your business will get is the opportunity to be on the radio 24 hours a day, once an hour, on KCYP 97.7 FM, right? So your business will be on the air once every hour throughout the day. You will get a spot here on the Bitcoin Otter show, and if you're local, or even if you're not, I'll offer you the opportunity to come on the show and explain, what you do, what goods, what services you provide, and how we can get in touch with you and hopefully have a business relationship that way. So the 3-month introductory special, $180, which I think is extremely generous. The packages prior were more expensive, but the fact is, we'll go in for 3 months, we'll see what we can get, and then we'll work on it from there. I believe last week's video, this is only my Facebook page. I don't know what KCYP generated, but the Bitcoin Otter show generated 140 views out of my 620 some Facebook friends. And if you know me, Mingo knows me. If you know me, the friends that I have are able to how would you say, they're able to afford your goods and services. So if you're a realtor, if you're, we got a lot of graphics people around. So just, get in touch with me. I will show you how to do that right here. So this is my email address, bitcoinotter.media@gmail.com. Send me an email. Tell me what you want to do, how you want to work it. And like I said, we'll have you on the show. We'll we'll work something out. Like Vince Vaughn says, I'm not going to kill you over it. You want a pair of speakers, he said. That was old school, I think. So here's the website, bitcoinotter.com. You can check that out. And also, phone number. This is the Bitcoin Otter phone, 737-256-9339. If you're driving, 737-256-9339. All right. So we got all that going on. Now, we're going to talk a little bit of crypto, okay? And there's this woman out there. She's a mad woman. She's completely off her rocker. She, in so many ways, is just wrong. Her name is Elizabeth Warren. She is one of those wild eyes. You ever hear that expression, you can always tell by their eyes? Yeah, she's one of them. That's for sure. Claiming to be an Indian but never was, and all that kind of stuff. But this article here, beautiful depiction of her also. So this, and I titled this Liz Warren Crypto Karen, okay? Because Liz and the people who own her hate it. They literally hate it. They seethe when you have something that they can't take or take a part of, okay? And they believe that there are many crypto enthusiasts out there that are keeping money from the government, okay, which the bankers own. So at this point anyway, the bankers own the government. They own the money. They own, right? I mean, it's just, by this time, it should be obvious to anyone. So they own a woman like Liz Cheney, and Liz Cheney basically says, hey, we got to do something here. We've got to sack up some of this largesse that crypto enthusiasts are enjoying. They're having way too much fun collecting cryptocurrency. Some of them are making money, and we can't allow them to do that without stealing from them. We have to get our cut, okay? So she's going to try and put that all together, and then the Gestapo wing of the Federal Reserve, which is called the IRS, that organization, okay, with their 80-some thousand new agents that are armed, that agency will try to, at the point of a gun, if need be, sack up your small bags, large bags of crypto whenever they can. So that's what Crypto Karen Elizabeth Warren is up to right now. Now, here's something, and I got to slide this way, opposite, okay? So, Donald Trump, I don't know if it's over yet, but he was in custody. They took Donald Trump into custody. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, if you want to say ridiculous, if you want to say outlandish, if you want to say whatever you want to say, it's probably going to be right. If it's some sort of expletive, I won't repeat it here, but yeah, you're probably right. So this here is from the Gateway Pundit. It says, Trump in custody at federal courthouse, stares down Jack Smith in arraignment, pleads not guilty. Ladies and gentlemen, I have gone through lengths, and I will continue to go through lengths to explain to you what I believe to be the scenario, the shot, if you will. Ladies and gentlemen, to a large extent, we are watching a movie. Yes, the characters are real, but the roles they're playing are something altogether different. In some cases. Let me explain. The good guys, okay, because this is, on a grand scale, a war between good and evil. The good guys make moves, the bad guys make moves, and then there are counter moves to the move each one of those parties makes. So, why is a former president, and some people believe that he's still the president of the United States, because, and we can talk about this on YouTube, and we can talk about this on Facebook now, that the 2020 elections were hijacked and that it was, in effect, a coup d'etat of the American government, the way they did, you name pretty much half the nations of the world, right? And we're going to get into that a little bit later on in the show. There's another one that's rearing its ugly head, one of these coups, right? So, anyway, one of the things that I want to talk to you about is why the president is in custody. We all know that, if you've paid attention, the DOJ is way off track. The DOJ is like a starved pit bull that has been loosed and is just, rabid. It's just going over and just trying to bite everything. So, of course, only on one side, if that makes any sense. So, if you gathered all your enemies in the backyard and then loosed, a couple of these pit bulls, that would be what it's like, because they're basically going after anyone who is not on board with the theft, with the corruption, okay? Because you can be a Republican and be as corrupt as all get out. Don't we all know that? We all do know that. So, here's why, in a couple short, easy to understand reasons. Why is Donald Trump in custody? Here's one reason. Oh, I love that photo there. That was of the resident fell off over a sandbag there, and he's getting assistance from, it looks like Air Force. That Air Force guy is, aiming high, but he's actually having to stoop low because of the person that goes lower because he's very low morally. But what's going on here is Facebook email leaks showing massive pressure by Biden's regime to censor COVID information. Okay? Again, why is Donald Trump in custody? Why is this freak show of a I guess it's a trial? I don't know. It's just stupid and contrived. So why is he in custody? Because these pieces of information are coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Every time something comes out to reveal the corrupt portions, and there are many, of the deep state apparatus, okay, and they're players, in this case, the resident, Biden, okay? Every time something gets uncovered, a little bit of truth gets exposed on a grander level. They have to do something as a countermeasure, okay, to obscure what's going on. They don't want you knowing the truth. They don't want you seeing it. They don't want you hearing about it. They want you watching TV. They want you masked up. They want you eating bugs. They want you double vaxxed, boosted to the gills. They want you wherever they want you. And really, in the end, it's just that they want you in the ground because they don't like you. They hate you. They hate me too. But that's just what we live with. So whatever. I'm not going to lose sleep over them fools. So again, number 2, why is Donald Trump in custody today? Joe Biden's deep involvement in Hunter's business dealings with Ukrainians, Chinese, Russians revealed in Devon Archer's damning testimony. So this guy, and I can't really speak to it too deeply because I just, breezed over it today. But this guy, Devon Archer, apparently got some sort of immunity deal from the DOJ. I don't know if it was complete immunity. I don't know that it seems like that to me by the headlines. But anyway, he felt free enough. He might not quite be free enough. I mean, he could always, have a battle with suicide and lose. Suicide is just to these kind of people that speak truth, it's like rampant, right? He can get Arkansided. There's all kinds of things that I could see Hillary on the suicide hotline putting in an order right now. Devon Archer, watch yourself. But again, like I said, we're watching a movie, ladies and gentlemen. The unveiling of all this is the plan. It's a very major component of the plan to save the world. Because this is not... 2016, 2020, and 2024 are not about a 4-year election. They're about wresting power from the evil ones that have ruled over us for generations. Okay, once in a while we squirt free, and then, based on the corrupt nature of humans, we get corrupted and enslaved again. So here we are. Anyway, that is reason number 2. Why Donald Trump is in custody? Because Joe Biden's deep involvement in Hunter's businesses is coming to the public. The bad guys can't have that, so they need a show trial. They'll have indictments here, indictments there, indictments everywhere. Doesn't matter if it's true or not. But why am I okay with all this? Because Donald Trump, if need be, will win the presidency from a jail cell. And he's protected, ladies and gents. Let's face it. We're watching a movie. If you want to know more about why I believe this, please email me at bitcoinotter.media@gmail.com. Or, send me a text on the hotline. I'll get that out later. So, here's another reason. Number 3. Why is Donald Trump in custody today? A cover-up. This is again from the Gateway Pundit. A cover-up. Report details how Massachusetts cops are withholding basic information regarding Barack Obama's chef's accidental drowning. Okay, so here's a photo, right? I don't know how big you can get it on your screen, or if you're driving you can't see it, I will narrate. So you got Michelle behind Barry, hugging him in a looks like almost a predatory way, and then they have the late, and I'm sorry for him and his family, the chef for the Obama estate. He was paddleboarding, and sadly he drowned. Now I believe he drowned. I don't know that he was paddleboarding, because again, this is what we have learned from the press. And if there is any institution, perhaps maybe the educational institution, I don't know, but if there's any institution that we can never trust, it would be the press, the fake news, right? So the story is that he was paddleboarding, and it has changed, but it may be that Barack Obama was with him, or we don't know. Excuse me, we may never know. But the fact of the matter is, this is one of the reasons, and on my list, number 3, reason why Donald Trump is in custody today. They have to keep you from knowing this. They want to distract you from this, which is their job after all, right? I mean, they are swamp creatures. So, number 4 on Otter's list of why Donald Trump is in custody at the courthouse today. And I told you a minute ago that I was going to allude to this. Yes, it happened again. We have another deep state coup in another nation because, they need more war. They always need more war. They want more war. They love war. Republicans and Democrats, they love war. So this was a tweet on, I guess it's X now. So Megatron says, Africa is preparing for war. After the coup d'etat in Niger, the removal of French puppet from the presidential position, the West African organization ECOWAS, I don't know what this stands for, which is under full control of the United States and France, announced that it would attack Niger. Yesterday Mali, Burkina Faso, and Guinea jointly declared that the attack on Niger is an attack on all of them and that they will intervene militarily. Okay. But the most interesting part is Algeria's statement that it will also intervene militarily if Niger is attacked. Okay, this is important, and here we go. We're getting to the gist of this from this Megatron Ron guy on Twitter or X or whatever they call it. So, today the chief of staff of the Algerian army arrived in Moscow. We know that country. We know that city and that country. For a meeting with Shoigu. Shoigu is the military bigwig there in Russia. Algeria is likely to receive heavy weapons from Russia and Iran through its ports. The USA and France have confirmed that they support military intervention. What military intervention do they not support? Anyway, that they support military intervention by ECOWAS. De facto confirming that they are creating a new war. in the world, like in Syria and Ukraine, they're so good at war, aren't they? Spending other people's blood, spending other people's money, except for their own. Right. The same scheme worked for them when they destroyed Libya, but today Niger has powerful support. What support? Well, Russia. Because in the end, since Russia, and we'll have a conversation if you're interested at any time about this, but Russia has a patriot, certainly not of the United States, in its presidential residence, palace, whatever. So, say what you will about Vlad Putin, and I'm not going to go drink a beer with him, guys. I'm not going to have a cup of coffee with him. I mean, I don't know the guy, anything like that, but I stand with patriots. Why do I stand with patriots? I've told you before, but I'll tell you again. I stand with patriots because they love their country. Now there are liars, right? But true patriots love their country. They will fight for their country. Okay? Countries, nation states have been established by God himself. The God of heaven. Okay? The Father of all of us. He established nation states, okay? So after the Babylonian thing, the Babel thing, when they disobeyed and they stuck together, when God said, hey, spread out and go, populate the world and take care of it, 72 nations were created that day because he said, well, they got this evil plan going, so boom, you're, blessed, cursed, whatever, different languages. You can talk to these people, but not the rest of these people. So, 72 different languages were created that day. Anyway, so once that happened, they spread out because if you can't understand somebody, it's very hard to communicate and trust someone, especially in survival types of things. Political, nations need to understand each other. So they split up, and that's why we have all these different people groups, and that's why we look different, but yet we're still human, right? So that is what God wants. Because if some of these nations become corrupt, and they are, okay? There will be a nation out there, or hopefully a league of nations, which was an evil organization. Don't let me get squirrel. So anyway, a group of nations that will retain the sovereignty that God gave them, the freedom to dissent from the evil plan, and the ability to band together and fight the evil. But we need nation states for this. Because otherwise, it's a one world government, baby. A one world everything. And whose plan is that? Right? In the shtick of the old church lady, could it be Satan? Yeah, that guy. Now, I don't joke very much about it, but it just came to my mind. Because Satan is our enemy, ultimately. He is the ultimate enemy of humanity. He is the enemy of God. Therefore, he should be our enemy. We don't want to be friends with him. He is very powerful. God is much more powerful. So I choose God's side, because God wins in the end. It just works out. It really does. And so will this war, ladies and gents. It really will. It's going to work out. We're going to have a scare. And this show, as you know, is not about scaring anyone about anything. Okay? But I just want everybody to know that they're going to try and bring us to war. That's what they always do. Because war makes them money. War brings them more power. War does things that other things can't do. And right now, it's doing a great job of distracting people from those 4 reasons why Donald Trump, and many more, some of which we don't even know, that, it's time. It's time for them to make a move. They want to ultimately gain power. But we're not going to let them. The patriot movement is not going to let them. The nationalist movement, they hate nationalists, right? They're messing with now I had it up, but I didn't want to make the show too long today. So we're at a half an hour, and I'm only gonna go on for a couple more minutes, but they're also on one of my other favorite patriots, Nayib Bukele. He is the president of El Salvador, and I've told you the story before. El Salvador is using their own resources to mine Bitcoin, their natural resources, and they're mining Bitcoin. They get funding using their own natural resources, ladies and gentlemen. They don't have to go to the bank. Another reason why the plan is working, and the bad guys are really in trouble. Really, really in trouble. Okay? They are undergoing a great deal of pain right now. They may not be showing it. You may not see it on the face of the newscasters that lie to you every day if you expose yourself to it. But the bad guys are losing, guys. The bad guys are losing, and that's good news. So I want to leave you with that. I want to leave you with the fact that there is always a chance. As long as you draw a breath, there is always a chance for you to choose the right side, and that's God's side. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I believe myself to be called to call the people to attention about what it is that's going on in this world. But my ultimate goal, and it is the goal of many of us, is to announce the good news that if you give your life to Jesus Christ the way he gave his life for us, the adventure begins. The adventure begins. You will never know where he calls you to serve. Now, it may not be glorious, but it will give you an inner satisfaction that cannot be matched by anything in this evil system that the enemy works at here on earth. So he wins in the end. He's coming. Some people think real soon. I don't know, but I want to be ready. So I have given my life to Jesus Christ. You may want to think about that too. If you do want to hear from me, my story, I'll give it to you. Not a problem. Let me give you some of the ways to contact me. bitcoinotter.media@gmail.com. The website, bitcoinotter.com. And my phone number, the Bitcoin Otter phone, 737-256-9339. 737-256-9339. Talk about whatever you want to talk about, all right? Text me first. It'll probably be easier. This way we can schedule some time where we can, both have a chat and figure out what it is you want to accomplish. Be that the salvation of your soul by the Almighty King himself, Jesus Christ, or anything else you want to talk about, including Bitcoin. So I'm going to let you go. I really appreciate you watching this week. Reach out, please, even if it's not to me. It's so important now. Our times are, wow. Say what you will about our times, but they're not boring, okay? So basically, these are the things that are going on in Clown World. And I want you to know that I'm 100% secure that, one, God will win, okay? Two, the plan is in full effect and it is working. We're going to pass through a tough time, but we're going to be all right, ladies and gents. We're going to be all right. Talk to you later. Thank you very much for tuning in. Love you guys. Thanks.